Good morning, sir. Myself Tejas Shinde from CSE department, roll number 1803058. I'm going to give a presentation on information security. That my topic is online scam and frauds. We are a group of 4 students: Tejas Shinde, Sujit Kate, Shahrukh Sheikh, and Prajwal Bogre. What is online scam and frauds? Internet scams are different methodology of fraud facilitated by cyber criminals on the internet. There are numerous ways in which an online fraud can be carried out. For example, phishing emails, social media, sending fake SMS on your mobile phone, fake tech support phone calls, scareware, and many more. The main purpose of these types of scams can range from credit card theft, capturing user login and password credentials, and even identity theft, and that can compromise our security. There are three common types of carrying out the online fraud. First is fake AV, second is mobile scam, and third is social engineering scam. On my part, I'm going to explain you fake AV. What is fake AV? Fake AV stands for fake antivirus. Usually, we install antivirus for our PC, and we tend to install free softwares, but there are some cyber criminals who use the promise of free antivirus to instead implant malware on victim device. This type of fake security software is also known as scareware. This start with a pop-up warning saying that you have a virus. Then the pop-up leads the user to believe that if they click on the link, the infection will get cleaned up. And this at here they are been compromising their security, and cyber criminals use the promise of free antivirus to instead implant malware on the victim's device. Thank you.
My name is Sujit Kate and my PRN is 1803059 and I am explaining mobile scams. Firstly, we should know two terms. First one is phishing. It is a practice of sending emails supporting that we are from reputed companies in order to reveal personal information from user such as password and credit card number. And second is malware. It is a software that is specially designed to get unauthorized access to the computer system. Mobile scam can come in many forms, but most common is phishing apps. Phishing apps, they looks like a real things, but instead of phishing email, or just a malware is passed through the fake application. Now, social engineering scams. Social engineering is all about manipulating individual on interpersonal level. It involves hacker to gain victim trust in order to reveal from him confidential information such as to share his credit card details and passwords. Social engineering is the way that cyber criminals use human-to-human interaction in order to get user sensitive information. Social engineering attacks include betting, a type of social engineering where an attacker leaves a physical device with contain a type of malware placed in that physical device. For example, user can insert USB into his computer and intentionally it infects the computer with a malicious software. Now, how should you protect from these kinds of the cyber crimes? First thing, we should know about all kinds of the cyber crimes. And second one is we should avoid downloading unknown programs from unknown sources. And third one is our computer operating system and internet browser should be updated on the current date. And fourth one is our antivirus software should be updated each day regularly. And fifth one is our password should be secret. It should be known to only us. It should not be public at any case. And last one is our financial data should be separate. Means if you are dealing with online banking, then we should use our own PCs instead of using any cyber cafe. Thank you.
My name is Shahrukh Hassan Sheikh. My roll number is 1803026. Today I will explain some more cyber crimes. First, job offer scam. Second, lottery scam. Third, beneficiary scam. Fourth, charity fraud scam. Fifth, repair scam. Sixth, bank fraud calls. Seventh, debit collection scam. Let's discuss about job offer scam. You receive an unsolicited email offering a job, typically not in your area of expertise, often for a mystery shopper or similar position. If someone asks you, join our company by paying funds, after each month your salary will be doubled or tripled. If you decide to accept work, never cash suspicious checks without ensuring they are authentic. To be sure, ask your bank to place a hold on the fund until the check or money order is verified. Anytime you are asked to send back the difference, this should be a sign that you are involved with a scam. Discuss about lottery scam. You receive an email claiming that you have won a little known lottery, usually in another country and always with a huge payout. You may also be asked to pay a small sum to release your winnings. If you receive an email like this, do a quick Google search to see if it is legit. We all want to find an easy windfall, but you didn't buy a ticket. The odds are you haven't won the lottery. Never send your personal information via email to anyone. If you don't know and never trust anyone trying to give your money for nothing. Let's discuss about beneficiary scams. You get an email from someone who is looking to move some money around quickly. These emails sometimes come from the people claiming to be royalty. Suddenly, you get notification through SMS browsers that you have won 1 lakh. Only click the link to claim the benefits. You are applicable for loan amount 5 lakh, then contact to the claim. Falling for this scam is easy if you are down on your luck. However, you should look for the few signals that this is not what it seems. Then how we will protect from this type of scam? There are three different methods. First, ask friend in your circle to confirm if somebody truly got such benefits. Second, search on internet if such beneficiary scheme exist or not. Never believe unknown taking about unexpected schemes.
Hello, sir. My name is Prajwal, and I will be explaining from the charity fraud sites. My roll number is 1804064. So, charity fraud scams. Pay funds for the people who lost their home, family, natural disaster. They set up fake donation sites and accounts and then craft emotional pitch email to solids and they never reach their victims. So they clear fake accounts and reach victims and emotionally attaches them and then never shares that fund to the remaining peoples. Fake change any donation sites to make they are actually affiliated with issues they claim to be to present. These scams are successful because they play on sympathy, which is the problem of Indians. But always make sure what do you research. So how can we protect from this kind of scams? Do not donate any sites that look suspicious. So you have to be careful while donating. Any real charity will have robust website with its mission statements and tax expend documentation. Now next scam, bank fraud calls. This is bank, most common scams in India. So basically, it is bank fraud is usually potential illegal means to obtain money, assets, or other property owned or held by financial institution or obtain money from the depositor fraudulently posing as a bank or other financial institution. So they will call you by their employee of the bank or anything happen to your ATM cards, and then they will gather your information. In many instances, bank fraud is a criminal offense. Yeah, it is. While specific elements of particular banking fraud vary depending on judicials, the term bank fraud applies to action that employs scheme or artificial opposed to the bank robbery or theft. So it is different, but it is a main kind of scam, as you can see. So now, how can we protect from this kind of? The basic rule is that bank never calls a customer personally. This is the basic rule. So don't believe if someone claims taking from the bank. So you don't have to believe that someone is calling because bank never calls. Now next, repair scams. Sorry. You will receive a phone call from someone who claims to work for Microsoft or another software company, claiming they can fix PC issues, slow internet speeds, or loading times. Yes, this is also a main kind of scam, as you can see that they fake call. Then it sounds helpful. This is the basic idea of behind them. So when your email arrives to your inbox, you download the remote access program, which allows scammers to take the control of your PC and install malware. So they have, if you open the mail and install that remote access program, then they will get of your program. They will get control of your PC and they can do anything they want. Now again, how can we protect ourselves? Never accept any unsolicited repair device and do not purchase any repair services unless they are absolutely sure sp- who are speaking with. Do not allow any remote access to your program if someone calls ask for identifying information. So if someone calls, you have to ask their information so you can just verify. Now, what is the outcome from this ISC? The milestones were what we learned about what is online scams, the types of online scams, and how can we prevent ourselves. So this was very good milestones.